Hello everyone, welcome back. I have another little kit here. I guess maybe you can call it a little bit of a throwback Thursday. This is a old Imai, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, scale model ship, the Roman warship from the 1970s. I picked up on eBay. A little something different from my normal aircraft that I built. So I thought I'd share with you guys this little kit. Again, I guess right now I'm more in between larger builds, so kind of doing all these little small projects in the meantime. So let's take a look. Alright, so here's the box. Again, this is Imai, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, scale model, the 50 BC Roman warship. This is a pretty simple box here. I'm showing a couple of little kits that they have. So this is a 40-year-old something kit. Now I got this off of eBay. Actually, when I got this off of eBay, everything was packed it up in plastic. Just took it out of the plastic, make this a little easier here. So here we have the instructions, very simple. Even being a 40-year-old kit, I mean, it's got a lot of little details which sometimes some of the modern kits are lacking. It's got a little parts tree, which is good, so you can identify your parts. It's got your parts list and identifies them by what they are, which is great. Then you open it up and you have the instructions, and this is the extent of the instructions. Very simple, looks like 9 steps, or not even, 3 steps. Alright, so it's pretty simple, spelled out in English what exactly you're gluing together, what you're attaching together, and the parts. So it's not many parts, very simple build. And in the back, your last thing is just doing the rigging for the ship, which is very simple, basic rigging. I do enjoy the little color instructions they provide here. If you can read this. We suggest use special color instructions for your ship. Spray ship body and sail all over with golden spray lacquer for plastic model. Paint support stand with brown lacquer for plastic model. So I guess basically you're going to have this little, if you go by their painting instructions, you're going to have this little golden ship on a brown piece of plastic here. I guess more like a statue than an actual scale model. Will look nothing like the kit. But anyway, let's take a look here at the plastic parts. Because that's not many parts. Like usual, at the end of the video, I'll have some shots of the sprues. You can take a closer look at it. So here you are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all the pieces. 2 pieces, which is your main parts, which is the hull, the deck, the little fortress there, little nameplate, one of the sails, and the other part you have the main sails and the oars, and you have the little stands that this comes with. For an old kit, I mean, this has a lot of good details, a little bit of flash on the sprues, but nothing really on the part. So you can focus. Alright, you can see nice little details there for a little small kit. There's no scale on the box. I imagine this is probably, I don't know, 1/200th, 1/350th scale probably, would be my guess. So the little nameplate there, Roman warship. I believe these ships are called trimeds, and I'll have to look it up. But I know they have a specific name for them, the way these ships were. You had the oarsmen. Here's all the holes for the oars. You had your oarsmen along the way here. And then you had your ramming part here at the very tip. So the ships went and ram other ships to sink them or disable them. And your anchor, your mast, and here is your main sail. Nice little detail, race detail. Unfortunately, on the back end, you do have ejector pin marks here on the corners, and then you have your little oars. And here is your stand. Little decorations there. You can see that in the light. There you go. So that's it. That's a basic kit. So I thought there's a little something different. From looking at the box picture in here, the way I'll probably paint this is I'll probably put together the hull and the deck first, and I'll get a coat of some wooden color as a base. Oh, besides priming it, do a wooden color base, and then do a little detail work by paintbrush. Excuse me. So it'll be a little colorful. I'm going to probably try and do, excuse me, as close as possible to what you see here. Nice, colorful, bright model. Something to be different and stands out among my shelves here. So what I'm probably going to do is paint the main base, some type shades of wood, and then go back with a paintbrush and paint in all the color parts, and then either with a either paintbrush or maybe a dry paint punch, go back and do a little bit of that gold bronze accent that you see here along the edges, and then the actual ramming part here, that's going to be probably bronze, so that's going to be metal, and same thing up here, and then do a little bit of rigging on it. See, what was else? Something else I wanted to say. Oh yes, the oars. Some of the models I've seen people build of this ship or similar ships, they have the oars, the tips painted red. Others have not. They're just all wood. And thinking about it, I think that I'll probably do the little red tips because it kind of makes sense to be red, so they stand out so you can see where the oars end. Very similar to the way that you have the yellow tips on propellers on aircraft, so you can actually see where, as it's spinning, where the propellers are, so you don't want to running into it. Same thing with these oars. I mean, they're kind of long. They would be sticking out quite a bit from the ship. You don't want another ship coming along the side and breaking all your oars, or as you're coming along the shore or on the port, you know, them getting broken off or damaged. So it kind of makes sense that they would be painted red so they would stand out. Anyway, so that's the kit. A little simple. So I will wash these parts and start building it, and I'll be back with a little update in a second. Great, thanks. So real quick, I did the build, did the priming. For the primer, I'm still here playing around with this Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Primer, black. So everything is put together and primed up. The little castle thing here, it's not glued on. I just painted it. I'll be painting it a separate color. And same thing with the base here, I'll paint that separate color. So for the main body, what I'm going to do now is going to paint it with some Model Air wood color as a base, and then from that point on I will just paintbrush some of the other colors, all the little details for all the little shields here, the trimming here, the head, the battering ram, and so forth. Alright, so I'll be back after I've done my painting and show you where I'm at. Alright, thank you. Hello, welcome back. Alright, so after I did the black primer, I put on the base coat of wood. And that's going to serve as my base, and then from there I'm just going to go ahead and paintbrush in the various colors, different colors of the woods, different colors of all the little details, all the highlights and whatnot. If you see here, I also did the little castle thing. I don't know what the name of this thing is. So I painted this, did a little beige and whitewash over the black to give it kind of a stony color to it. Actually, this is not attached yet. I'll glue this on at the end. But here, I'll just give you a little close up here of this. You can see that. Focus, there you go. I got those steps down the top. Okay, and then on the actual boat, I did a little bit of a light. Let's get this to focus. There you go. A little bit of a whitewash on the areas that I'm going to be painting the colorful colors, just so it gives it a nice brighter base for the colors to pop out versus the wood or the black or another darker color. There you go. And then everything else, all details, the brass fittings and the colors and dry brushing, I'll do that by hand. Alright, so stay tuned for the next part. Alright, thank you. I'm back. I'm back here with the completed model. So here you go. Everything is completed. Even the little base stand here, I haven't attached the base stand yet. So I did all the painting, all the rigging. Let me show you little close-ups here. I'll have some close-up photos at the end of this video so you can take a better look at this and see all the details. So it's a nice little fun kit. I mean, something different, something outside my comfort zone. I mean, normally what I build are airplanes, aircraft, but it's nice to build something different. And I highly recommend all of you out there who like to do models to do something different. It's good to do something different. You know, expand your skill sets. For this particular kit, the only issues that I had was probably just the rigging. I mean, it's not my forte, not my strong point, so I just had a problem. All these little small strings and all these little holes and whatnot with my fat fingers here. So what I wound up doing was just actually using some super glue, CA glue, and just attaching them, gluing them to the holes and to the yard arm and so forth, and to the various points here on the deck for them to keep them in place. So you just really couldn't get it through the little holes there, and I didn't feel like drilling larger holes so I can thread them through those holes that there are in there. Other than that, the only other thing was applying the deck to the two hull sides. I found it easier just to glue one side of the deck to one side of the hull. Let the glue set a little bit, not too much, but enough to be still flexible, but still adhere. And then I glued on the other half. This way it was still flexible enough so that I could just adjust this and let it slide in the correct position there without having it to flop in there. Everything else was pretty straightforward, including the little painting of all those colorful shields there. Alright, so stay tuned for the end of this. I'll show you some close-up images of this. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you go out there and get out of your comfort zone and do something new and unique for yourself. Right? Thank you.